Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking open a true classic, Jack Trout's Trout on Strategy. We're going to break down the rules of the game. You know, the ones that really matter for winning in today's crowded markets. Let's jump right in.
So, let's ask the big question right up front. What even is strategy? Because in a world of what Trout himself called killer competition, getting your strategy right isn't just a nice little bonus for success. No, it's about pure survival.
To get a sense of the battlefield, just think about this number, 40,000. That's how many items you'll find in the average supermarket. But here's the kicker. A typical family buys only about 150 of those things. That means thousands and thousands of products are just invisible. And this explosion of options, this chaos, creates what Trout brilliantly named the tyranny of choice. For customers, it's just overwhelming. And for your business, well, that's the battlefield. It's where you have to fight not just to be chosen, but to even be seen at all. So, what's our weapon in this fight? Strategy. And Trout is very clear. We need to see strategy for what it really is. It's a military term. It's not some fluffy corporate buzzword. It's about maneuvering your forces to get the best possible position. And the battlefield? It's inside your customer's mind.
So that brings us to the first, most critical rule of the game. You have to understand the terrain you're fighting on. And that terrain isn't the store shelf or the internet. It's the human mind, which, as we'll see, is a very tricky place.
The main tactic you have in this battle is something called positioning. Look, it's not about actually being better back at the factory. It's about creating a different perception in the mind of your customer. It's about owning a small piece of mental real estate. And this is where so many companies get it completely wrong. We treat the human mind like it's a computer. But it's really the total opposite. A computer takes in whatever you feed it. The human mind, it's super selective. It rejects anything that doesn't fit, it gets overwhelmed easily, and more than anything, it craves simplicity. You can pretty much think of these 5 principles as the unbreakable laws of marketing. The mind has its limits. It despises being confused. It's actually pretty insecure. It really doesn't like to change. And man, it can lose focus in a heartbeat. Any strategy that ignores these rules is just toast. This leads us to a really tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. The objective facts, the beautiful specs you've engineered for your product, they don't really matter. The only thing that matters is the perception that exists inside the customer's head. That perception is their reality. It's the only one you've got to work with. Okay, so if the battle is for the mind, how in the world do you win it? Well, rule number 2 is about as blunt as it gets. You have to give that mind a simple, compelling reason to pick you. In other words, differentiate or die. And right away, a lot of us think, well, my differentiator is quality or great customer service. But Trout would say, nope, in today's market, that's just the price of admission. That's the bare minimum to even get to play the game. It's not your winning move, because guess what? Everyone says they have quality. So how do you actually stand out? Well, Trout gives us a fantastic playbook. You can be the first and just create a whole new category. Think Chrysler with the minivan. You can own one single powerful word in the mind, like Volvo did with safety. You can use your heritage, your history, as proof of your credibility. Or you can be the specialist, the absolute expert in one narrow area. And this quote, this just lays it all out on the table. It reveals the ultimate consequence if you fail to differentiate. Because if you can't carve out a unique spot in the mind, what leverage do you have? None. Your only weapon left is price, and that is a miserable, soul-crushing war to fight. All right, get ready for a pretty radical idea. Rule number 3 says that marketing is not a department focused on making people happy, it's war. And this means your primary focus shouldn't actually be on your customers. It should be on your competitors. Now, this is a huge mental shift. The goal isn't simply to satisfy customers. Heck, all your competitors are trying to do that too. The real goal is to outmaneuver them. It's about finding a weakness in their position, in their strength, and then launching your attack right there. To help us plan our attack, Trout gives us this strategic square.
Your strategy depends completely on where you are on the map. If you're the leader, you have to play defense, always attacking yourself with new products and blocking your rivals. If you're number 2 or 3, you wage offensive warfare. Find a weakness in the leader's strength and hit it hard. A new player, you flank. You go where they ain't. And if you're a small player, you fight a guerrilla war. Find a slice of the market that's small enough for you to own and defend. This is the mantra. This is what it all boils down to. It's not about being the best in some abstract way. It's about being smarter on the battlefield. You study your competition, you stay away from what makes them strong, and you find that one little weakness, and you exploit it. But look, a brilliant strategy is just a nice idea on a PowerPoint slide without a leader to actually make it happen. A leader who has a firm grip on reality. So what is the leader's real job in all of this? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not just about managing the budget or worrying about the next quarter's numbers. A real strategic leader is a general, and their job is something much more fundamental. The real leaders, the generals, they do this. They set one clear, focused direction. They get out of the corner office and go down to the front to see what's actually going on. They become absolute warriors for simplicity in a world that loves complexity. They think long-term. And most importantly, they keep the entire organization laser-focused on that one single differentiating idea. In the end, it's like what David Packard, one of the founders of Hewlett-Packard, said. Marketing is too important to be left to the marketing department. This stuff, strategy, isn't just one team's job. It's the lifeblood of the entire company, and it has to start at the very top. Which leaves us all with one final crucial question. Who in your organization is the general?